Hey guys, I did not think I'd be having to update my car setups so soon, but the 1.06 patch has just dropped and it's changed a lot, so thanks for that Codemasters. But here's my first updated car setup after the recent patch. I'm going to keep these updated setup videos super short and sweet, so I can hopefully get them out to you guys quicker. These are all based on my existing car setups with adjustments made all around to accommodate the latest 1.06 patch handling updates. Plus, I've made a few general tweaks to further optimise the setup since I originally created them. So jumping straight in. For Bahrain, I've lowered the front and rear wing aero. I've gone 14 at the front, 16 at the rear, which is a lot lower than my original setup. Originally I had 22, 25, but the AI and their top speed was absolutely just destroying us. So we've gone pretty low downforce here. And I've also brought the front wing a little bit closer to the rear just to reduce some of the understeer on initial corner turning. For the transmission, I've lowered the on-throttle diff to 83% just to help a little bit with acceleration from slower speed, and I've dropped the off-throttle diff right down to 50, again to aid with a little bit of front-end rotation on corner entry. For suspension geometry, I've gone minus 2.5 on the front camber, minus 1 on the rear camber, and then far left on the front and rear toe. This will be a common theme for all of these updated setups, I think. Some do run a little variation on this, but ideally you want to run as little camber as you can, and when I say little I mean far right on the slider, as that'll give you the most mechanical grip in a straight line when accelerating. My suspension setup hasn't seen major tweaks. I haven't flipped it and gone super soft on the front and super hard on the rear like many time trial setups are going. They might be great for time trial, but during a race they'll create a car that's super loose and could give way on you at any moment. I did try that approach, but the car was just so unstable at high speed. Instead, I have softened the front suspension and front anti-roll bar a little. I've gone 6 on the front suspension and 3 on the rear, and then 7 on the front anti-roll bar and 3 on the rear. And then I've raised the ride height at the front a little bit to 4, just to give a little bit more leeway over bumps, because the curbs in this game are pretty brutal. For the brake setup, I've gone 100% pressure, 50% bias. That'll be the same at pretty much every single track. And then for the tyre pressures, I've gone 23.5 on both fronts and 21.8 on both rears. I think the nighttime race in Bahrain, you can get away with slightly higher tyre pressures. A lot of other tracks, you're going to have to lower these a lot more. But the cooler temperatures mean you can run slightly higher pressures, especially at the front. And that'll do it for this first setup video for Bahrain. Just remember that with the reduced tyre pressures at most tracks and the handling changes that have been made, your car will feel heavier and a little more sluggish than before the patch. This is something we've just got to live with for the time being and work around. Many people are even having to lower that AI difficulty after the patch just to remain competitive due to these handling adjustments. Let me know how you find this setup in the comments below. Are you keeping your tyre pressures in check with this new setup? Let me know below. And I'll be trying to release these videos pretty quickly, with car setup creation being my main focus all day every day at the moment. So subscribe to our channel for more daily F1 22 videos. But for now guys, I'll see you on track.